came to Connie Maxwell as a child. I was in 3rd grade. I came with my sister who was in 1st grade. My family was in a crisis situation where my mother was ill and had to be hospitalized, and my father had 6 children. He wasn't sure what he was going to do with, and so 2 of us came here. The 2 youngers, the 2 were babies. They were adopted, and the older 2 went to my mother's family in San Antonio, Texas. My memories are very fond of growing up here as a child. I had lots of friends and lots of family members, sisters who lived in the cottage with me, and of course my own sister lived there with me too, so we got to be together, and that was a good part of it. We had lots of fun, and we had to work. I do remember that we had to work some too, and it was a strict environment as far as behavioral expectations, and the bar was set pretty high for what was expected of us at school. I just remember it as a happy childhood. And I think today the vision is a little different than it was when I was here. They really strive to put the children back with their biological families, if at all possible, as soon as they can. It didn't happen as often when I was a child. I was here for 10 years. That's kind of unusual now. But I think they're here as a safety net for children who may not make it if they stay with their biological families for one reason or another. The children are all invited to come to church, and church is held, 3 times a week at a minimum. Church is a place where they learn what it's all about, to be saved, to live for the Lord. And I think when you learn that at a young age, and when it's made real to you by someone like Doug Kaufman and like Ben Davis, who was here, and like Randy Harling, that they tell you how you can apply, that God loves you to your everyday life. It becomes meaningful, and it's something that you carry with you the rest of your life. The children that are here are all zoned to go to a public school. I'm not sure if they have a school on campus. They did at one time have a school for some of the children on campus, but I think most of them are in the public schools now. There's a liaison on campus who works with the schools if there are any issues that need to be resolved, as a parent would go to the school and talk to the administration, but it's just they're just among the other students in the public school situation, and that's the way it was when I first came here too. They have a very active volunteer organization here on campus, and it's really well organized, and they actively seek people who want to help Connie Maxwell, and sometimes they can help with money, sometimes they can help with their time, and so they have lots of roles that they can put volunteers in to help with the many things that go on at Connie Maxwell. Prayer support is something that Connie Maxwell always seeks from the many churches that are around, from the Christian community. They always ask for prayer before they ask for money. And of course the money is important too, because all the ministries that are provided here cost money, and so they have to have it to survive. And they don't have support from the state as much as they used to, nor the Baptist Convention, the kind of financial support they used to have. So they really do rely on individual giving and church giving, and it's very, very important. If I were to talk to a parent who was struggling and really had some needs with their children, I would tell them that Connie Maxwell is something they really ought to consider for their children. It would be a place for them to find a support in many ways that they can't get somewhere else, and that it could be a temporary situation, and that it would be a loving environment for their children, and some place their children could be that they wouldn't have to worry about whether they've got a roof over their head and food to eat and a place to go to school and people to love them, that it's some place that would be a safe haven for their children while they needed it. I love it. I have always loved it, and I haven't been as involved over the years as I probably should have been. I got busy with my own life and my own family and teaching school and raising my children and my grandchildren, but I just am drawn to it in a way that's just hard to really put into words, because it meant so much to me. It's who I am now. What Connie Maxwell did for me is who I am now. I don't know where I'd be if it hadn't been for Connie Maxwell. I do think that sometimes people have a bad taste in their mouth about group homes, and they don't quite understand what it's all about. But I do believe that group homes are a wonderful way for kids to be in a family where they're safe. Sometimes foster care is wonderful, sometimes foster care is not so wonderful. I think group homes have a definite, especially if they're faith-based, have a definite and important place in our communities so that children will have a place to go when things are not going as they should in their homes.
If you know of a ministry that we need to know about, please give us a call, 888-641-8606, or take a look at our website, revelationstv.org.